Hey guys, so a lot of you have been asking what stocks to look at, analyze that are in the US markets and are relatively relevant to what's happening today. Again, just to give you insight on how you can be able to trade the markets with confidence. And the goal of this no of this video is twofold. Number one, so you get informed on some of the companies that I find very interesting, something worth looking at so that later on when you start investing in US markets na rin, when you start trying to dabble no in stocks that are outside the Philippine markets, already have ideas, you already have investing ideas that you can glean on when you start doing that. Because I really believe this, if you want to diversify and then your expertise are in the stock market already, like me, when people say diversification, people always think that you have to go to a different asset class. You always have to go into something that's totally far from what you're doing. That also works, but at the end of the day, you double down and put in more money into something that you already know, something that you are already good at, something that from the skills that you've built in trading the Philippine markets, you can just use the same amount of skill but apply it into different markets. Then you're diversified pa. So that's my first goal. The second goal of this video is I want to show you that as long as you know technical analysis, you can trade any market in the world. You can trade U.S. markets, Singapore markets, Philippine markets. You can trade Bitcoin, you can trade Forex, you can trade anything as long as it has charts, as long as it has it's sentiment based, as long as it's something that people will buy, and there's supply and demand, and it goes up, and then people will sell, and there's supply and demand, and it starts to go down. You can use technical analysis for that. So first part of this also, I'm going to talk about the company, and at least give a narrative on why I like Zoom, or why it's worth looking at. But again, ultimately, please remember, these are not stock picks. These are stock analysis. You don't want to buy something just because someone says it. You want to buy it because you analyze it and it fits your trading plan. So first things first, Zoom, no, the CEO of Zoom is Eric Yuan. Backstory of this is he came from a company called WebEx. WebEx is, if you can search it in the internet right after this video, WebEx is basically a company almost similar to Zoom, to similar to what Zoom would do. Then at a certain point in WebEx history, Cisco bought into it, and they were one of the first players in the if you call this video conferencing industry. WebEx is one of the first ones there. The thing about that, while Eric Yuan was part of it, he was one of the proponents that helped push WebEx into its heights. But there were a lot of problems in WebEx similar to its. It was harder to set up. It was harder for IT companies to set up. There were a lot of customer service issues. There were a lot of problems that he eventually left in 2011 to start his own company. By the way, as of today, no, Zoom is around, he owns 22% from Zoom, si Eric Yuan, and he's the 293rd richest person in the world. Net worth is around 7 billion US dollars. So massively rich based on what he did in Zoom. So let's continue. So when he left WebEx, he started to develop his own company, and he was able to get funding around 3 million US dollars to be able to start it. And the thing about that is he also got a team of engineers from WebEx who followed him, who joined him. And aside from that, he was able to get funding, and that's very important. No, you have a dream, you have a vision, you have an idea, but you also need money to hire the right people, especially if it's in the tech industry, to make it come to pass as well. So there. So 2013, they started, they launched, it became very successful. They got millions of users. And please remember, in today's industry, they have different, aside from WebEx, no, they have other competitors, from Skype to Google, which has Hangouts. But as you all know, today most of you are communicating via video call, video conference, streaming. You All of you are using Zoom. You see a very few amount of people using Skype. You see a smaller amount of people using Hangouts. Then you have some people still using WebEx, but the large majority of people are using Zoom. So one of the things that made them so good, aside from them being better in terms of user interface, customer service, uh, tweaking things towards what the user needs, is basically they created their platform, they created their app with one goal in mind. They wanted it to be video first. I guess their advantage is since they came in a bit later on. The technology was there ready. The internet speeds were faster already. The phones were better already. So that's why they were able to tweak it like that. Unlike Skype, they started first with audio, and then they upgraded it later on to have video capabilities. But anyways, one of their advantages also versus Skype was basically uh, they gave a lot of free features that for Skype there's payment. Up until now naman for those who have been trying Zoom, you've noticed it that you can use unlimited recording calls if you're just talking to one person. But if it becomes a larger group of people, you have 40 minutes free. So that's their way of enticing you to get their paid plans. You have to remember that Zoom will make money later on when you sign up for their subscription, and that's where it becomes passive income for them already for life. That's why they're top of mind because their user interface is so good, it's so easy to download, not much troubleshooting is needed. Now, what's so interesting about that is this. Fast forward from 2013 to 2017, they were able to again in the middle of that, no, they were able to raise a couple of millions of dollars already. But January 2017, they were able to raise another 100 million, putting their valuation at 1 billion US dollars, and they were already a unicorn. But here's what's interesting: when you talk about unicorns, no, a majority of the unicorns out there, they only have a billion US dollars in valuation, but they're not making any money. They're bleeding money. How, however, this company, they had a billion US dollars worth in valuation, but they were making money. And that's what made it so different. They were a unicorn with profits. So from 2017, they were a unicorn. They had continued solid growth. And as you all know, companies that are large, that are growing, that are big, the next step for them after raising a lot of money from private funding is to go into the stock market. And April 2019, last year, Zoom went into an IPO, and on the first day of trading, stocks went up 72%, putting their valuation at 16 billion US dollars already. So, why am I saying this? All of this is setting the back. All of this is setting the backdrop that all of this is setting the backdrop that Zoom was already successful even before this coronavirus pandemic, even before this lockdown, even before all of us not being able to have meetings physically. Now, I'm going to continue later on talking about the company, talking about some of the risks and talking about some of the issues and talking about some of their details, but I want to show you the charts. So, from a technical analysis perspective, this is what you will see. You have a support at 61 US dollars a share. Then if I'll try to peg all of this, if you notice, the style is almost the same as this, the same way I would analyze Philippine markets. So you have these resistance levels that Zoom would break out from. The most important breakout that they did was the breakout from this 76 US dollar level. After breaking out from that, it relatively became bullish already. It broke out from the 20, 50, 100, and 200 day moving averages. It was already way above the 76 US dollar resistance. And if you note it, no, it was already consolidating at that level from October 2019 all the way to January 20. And if you would also note it, the coronavirus pandemic started to pick up steam, no, around mid to end of January, and a lot of people were not allowed to physically touch me. There were a lot of lockdowns already, hence the need for this. So way before the rest of the world went to a lockdown, way before everyone were not, way before they canceled the NBA season, way before this new normal that we're seeing, uh, shares of Zoom via price action, via technical analysis, were already confirming that it was worth buying. Even MACD at this point in time was confirming that it was worth buying. What's interesting also is that as you all know, at a certain point in March, markets around the world started to drop. But even though it started to drop, I'll try to draw this I'll try to draw this. You will see, no, that Zoom is pretty much still in an upward trajectory. It's still pretty much in an uptrend, and that's how strong support levels are. That's how strong technical analysis is, and that's how important you knowing the charts very very well. This is a very very strong resistance, meaning from here, April 2019, all the way to June, Zoom moved up massively. This was around 70 plus percent. This was a strong resistance. After that, tried to hit it again, then Zoom went down. But after that, it started to break out. Breaking out from this means that the 105 level converted itself to a strong support. How do I know it was a strong support? Because boom, went up, hit this again, started to bounce. Boom, went up. Then after going up, it started to go down, but it did not even touch this anymore. It already bounced from the 50-day moving average all the way up. So that's where we are for Zoom. Zoom from a position trading standpoint is still in an uptrend. Zoom from a position trading standpoint, looking at MACD, looking at all the moving averages, it's pretty much bullish. And one of the reasons why it moved up, if I'll draw another resistance here, is you have this breakout from that level, then you have this breakout from this level, and then you have a support level here. Then it started to bounce from the 20-day moving average. Then you have this. So this is where Zoom is right now. If I'll zoom in, just remove also some of the emotions attached to it, you'll see that it tried to break out from the 162 level brought about by this candlestick. Open, close. Then the next day it opened here, went for an intraday high but closed here. One of the things that investors should look out for from at least this range is this. If Zoom does not hold and go above the 161 level, there's a possibility that Zoom will just retrace and go here to the 141 level, where this is where the 141 140 support level is. It's also close to the 20-day moving average, so that's a possibility. So should there be selling this week, there's a chance, there's a narrative that Zoom goes to the 140 141 level because of its failure to hold and stay above the 160 and 161 support. That being said, though, its main underlying trend is still headed up. If you are a position trader, since the trend is still up, if you're a trend follower, no need yet to sell. No sell signal yet. Even MACD is confirming that it's bullish. And a couple of things that I'd like to mention here, a couple of things you need to watch out for. This one, if it continues to stay above the 160 161 level, then there's a shot this week that it will continue its trajectory up. If not, it might retrace here and we might see it go sideways, but let's see how it goes, because as it goes here, it might go back and bounce here, then and then challenge it and start to go back up again. So I'm gonna update you. If you like more of this, no, US stocks, me analyzing US stocks and then predicated on technical analysis, comment below if you guys like it, and I'm gonna make more videos of that. Because if not naman, it's not worth making a lot of videos on this, no. But I've been getting a lot of questions on some stocks that I love in terms of markets outside the Philippines. And if you notice it, no, I like stocks that, if you notice it, no, I'm a firm believer of tech companies. I really believe tech is the present and tech is also the future. Everything that will happen, everything that will make things better, everything is headed towards technology stocks, and everything is anything that you can do on top of the internet. I said this in previous videos. The companies that will benefit because of the coronavirus are companies that are super related to e-commerce, and the ones that are connected to streaming. So anything connected to that will win. Anything connected to that will make a lot of money. So that's where Zoom plays into all of this. Just a couple of things, so at least so you know what's going on. I think that the upside of all of this from the coronavirus is that uh, because a lot of people are scared to go out, the use of Zoom will just continually go up because companies don't want to infect their employees. Because if one employee gets it, the whole company will get it also. You can expect a lot more people still working from home. Thus, they will use Zoom more and more and more because companies will cut costs. You have to remember that. You have to remember that when this happens, there's a certain impact also on, I don't know. You have to remember, if people are not going to offices, companies will figure out that, hey, we can actually save space on this. Instead of renting this much, we could just probably rent this much, and then there's a certain allotted day for people to work from home. When I was employed, I used to work from HP. What's so interesting about HP is they were way ahead of their time. No, we were doing work from homes already in 2008 when it wasn't popular yet for everyone else around the world. So there some issues though for Zoom, for those who are asking, may issue yan na. Yeah, the issue of Zoom is they have a lot of security issues. Basically, basically that's one of the things that I think would have caused stocks to go down. That's one of the things that uh, would cause customers to go to other competitors as well, and that would deter also them. If they don't treat this well, if they don't fix this, if they don't fix perception, then they might lose out on potential customers. Then also lose they may also lose out on profit. Their current assets are around 1.3 billion, around 1.3 billion US dollars. Their PE though is quite expensive. You can look it up in Reuters. They're a very, very liquid company. ROE though is low at 4.4 as of the last check that I did. So there you go. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. By the way, just an announcement. I have two channels already. One is this Marvin Gurmo. The second one is it's named Marvin Gurmo Podcast. If you want the videos that are not related to stocks, you want success stories, businesses, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, all of the other things that are non-stock market investing related, all of the new ones you will see in the other channel already. So that's it for now. A couple of links that are below. If you want to order my books via Shopee, the link is in the description. If you want to order my books via my shopping website, the link is down below as well. If you want to enroll in our online courses, there's two. One is called Stock Market for Everyone. It's with Shinkitan. It's in the description as well. Just have to click the link and it will lead you there. Another one is with Sean C. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. It's business, entrepreneurship, stock investing, stock trading, the basics of stocks, all wrapped up in an online course. We have a for Make Money Grow Money, we have a lockdown, I think it's a promo that Shansi made. So for those who want to learn during this lockdown, you can avail of that. And there, if you have not subscribed to the main channel, super appreciate guys if you can subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market, and about helping you reach your dreams of financial freedom. If you like more videos like this, you like more US stocks, just put them in the comment section. I'm gonna make more and more for you guys because especially I'm a big believer of tech companies. I'm a big believer of companies that are changing the status quo and are making things easier for everyone. So that's it for now. It's almost 11 p.m. I really do hope that this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.